Mina? Hey, what's that in your hand?
What? What are you talking about?
What are you doing? Hey, we're doing? What are you doing? What are you drinking?
Well, I'm having a nice big glass of vino. It's been a really hard day at work and a very long one. And there's nothing nicer than coming back at the end of a day and pouring yourself a nice big glass of vino.
Okay, I can't argue that point. There's nothing nicer than having a nice glass of vino. And there are some really good benefits to drinking, but in moderation. I see you drinking again. Okay, well, keep it down to one glass because as we get older, we process wine a lot slower than we did when we were younger because we have less water and everything slows down as we age. So alcohol affects us a lot more now that we're older than it did when we were younger.
Well, I see that as a positive benefit of aging. I'm going to call that a benefit of aging. So, what you're saying is that as we get older, we're actually cheaper drunks because the alcohol is going to hit me harder. So, I don't have to spend as much money on vino. Is that what you're telling me?
That is exactly what I'm telling you. That is the benefit of it. But we have to be careful. Do not go more than one glass because alcohol can affect you in so many negative ways. Like, did you know that it can actually cause dizziness and balance issue in the elderly because it
Oh, I
affects
know
the
that.
inner ear?
Wait, let me cut in there. Dizziness and balance issues. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, I myself know very well that it can cause dizziness and balance issues. I do remember a few times when I was a little off balance.
Yep. I simply remember a couple of face plants you did. One as recently as this March in Belize. I remember that on the dock. Kapow!
Well, you're right. Drinking socially it's nice. I'm not going to say it's not wonderful. And there's some wonderful wines out there and beautiful cocktails. Uh, but moderation is the key as we age. As you said, it's going to hit us harder and it's going to have some adverse effects. Now, I know that in the old days, and that's not even that long ago, they were telling us that moderate to light drinking actually had health benefits, including cardiovascular benefits, would actually lower your bad cholesterol, it would thin your blood. So there was some benefit, but the new studies coming out now, Adrienne, are actually telling us that that was wrong. They're saying that the risks outweigh the tiny little benefit that there is to alcohol use.
I'm very iffy, but I've always lived my life with the philosophy moderation is key. Keep it to a minimum. We don't need to get drunk. When we've done that when we were young, we don't need to get drunk. Because, hey, let's face it, when you have balance issue, you can fall as you get older. Because falling down means you can do a hip fracture. And that is the number one issue with older people, hip fracture. Extremely hard to recover from. So not just that. I mean, if you have pre-existing conditions, it can worsen those. It interacts with all sorts of medication that you might be on. So there are negative effects. But if you keep it to a very low, let's say 2, 3 drinks a week.
You know what? You're wrong. They're saying none. You're doing the old school, exactly what we all thought. That is the old stuff when they were saying that. The new recommendations, Adri, are like this much of wine a week.
I will check the new study and I will try to limit my alcohol use because I do want to age well and I do want to be healthy as I get older. So I'm going to reevaluate how much I drink and I will check out the studies.
Well, it's hard when you are a lover of good wines, as I know you are.
Well, I love my red wine. I don't drink socially, but I like to have it when I have a nice meal and just pair it with a nice glass of wine. Once in a while, would that be acceptable?
No, because you just told me you're an antisocial drinker. So listen, here's what I'm going to tell you about alcohol. Alcohol, it dehydrates you. It'll interfere with your medication that you're on. It increases your risk of getting cancer. Big time for women and breast cancer. Huge risk factor. with alcohol. I mean, we're not going to talk about alcoholism because this isn't about alcoholism. It's just about drinking and how that affects our aging. Sadly, because alcohol does dehydrate us and it inflames our bodies, it does actually age us prematurely. And we might think we're looking better and feeling better, but we're actually not. Sadly, I wish I could tell you that, we could drink a bottle of wine a day and it would be a good thing. But at this point, the new recommendations are basically to limit and to avoid alcohol.
So, what you're telling me, I'm not gonna age like a fine bottle of red wine?
Well, you're going to age more like a raisin if you keep drinking that wine.
Well, I'm gonna check the new studies, and I'm gonna try and curb it down to almost a minimum because I do wanna grow into my old age being healthy.
Absolutely. I think that's key. And
I mean,
the
happiness is not in a bottle of wine. Happiness is that social thing that we have. And, there's a lot of places now that do serve de-alcoholized wine.
I'd rather like just not, like just no, no. You,
Okay.
you
No, I
know,
agree with you. No, 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 no,
no,
no.
no, you can keep your near beer and your de-alcoholized wine. And to me, it's like making a sausage out of tofu for vegetarian and pretending it's a sausage. It's not a sausage, it's tofu.
That's
It's
right.
not
Yes.
wine. It's some kind of soda pop. No, thank you. I will pass.
Yeah, no, no, I agree with you. I've never tried it. I simply threw it out there that it is available for those who would like to do that. Personally, I will cut down my alcohol and maybe limit it to like one drink a day when I go out for a nice meal in a restaurant.
A drink a day keeps the doctor away.
Yes, he does. Let's go back to my one drink a day.
Well, you know what? As we're talking, I am really enjoying this nice bottle of wine.
Well, enjoy it now because it will be gone tomorrow because we're going to put our reins in and try not to drink as much.
We are absolutely. One of the things that they found with the latest research is that they actually think that the surveys that they did and the studies were skewed were because a lot of the people that were showing healthy benefits to drinking wine were also people that lived a healthy lifestyle. So, the Mediterranean diet, getting lots of exercise, drinking lots of water, and so splurge and enjoy a bottle of wine here and there. Just don't do it every day.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that Mediterranean diet is the number one recommended diet also as we get older. And it does include red wine. But again, it's not drinking red wine. It is about the whole lifestyle, which is about olive oil. It's about cutting all the fats. It's about exercise, about eating right. And then maybe a little bit of wine, just to wash it down.
No.
Then it just relaxes you and increases the mood.
I will drink to that. Oh, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Cheers.
Cheers to a healthy, happy, aging well.